The Restaurants Grow podcast. Super excited. We're here at the National Restaurant Association Show 2025, restarting the episode. We do not have our mics on. I'm here with my good buddy, Sean Walchef from Cali Barbecue. Literally, we're broadcasting live. The show is happening all around us. 60,000 people, 900 categories, 12 football fields. Who are you? What do you do? Two sentences.
My name's Sean Walchef. I own Cali Barbecue in San Diego. We have 2.5 locations, a location on the Navy base, our master smokehouse, and a stadium location. And then we also do media, storytelling. We've been doing that for 8 years, and we're grateful to be on your show.
I'm super glad you're here.
Thank
you.
You.
Am, buddy. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, a couple of quick hit questions.
Yep.
Best bite you've had at the show?
Best bite. Easy. At the show or in Chicago?
No, here in the show floor for people. I mean, we are literally live.
Literally live. So go to Lakeside. Avocados from Mexico. Avocados from Mexico are doing avocado toast, but it's like a whole build your own avocado toast bar, and it was legit phenomenal avocado toast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Have you been to the Frazzle booth?
I have not. Where's that?
It's right down here. It's all frozen drinks, but made with real sugar. So there's no like corn syrup.
Really? Frazzle.
Yeah, they have coffee ones. They have caffeinated.
I need a coffee one.
They do. They have macchiato, pumpkin spice, it's like frozen espresso.
I'm in.
It's so good. I literally was there for an hour yesterday.
I'm in. We're coming. We're on our way.
Okay. Top priority for operators this year?
Top priority, labor, I think. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, Cali Barbecue, it's hard to find the right people. We have been working diligently to hire. We have an amazing team that's running the restaurants. Otherwise, I couldn't be here. But finding the right people that understand, it's not about experience, it's about attitude. It's understanding that hospitality is core to what we do, and in order to be hospitable, you have to show up, right?
What's a secret to retaining your team?
I think having empathy, understanding that, I think one of the cool things, utilizing technology, we use 7 shifts for scheduling, and understanding that the team is going to tell you when they can work. So how about we start with scheduling them when they tell us they can work? And if you do that and you give them tools like 7 shifts have to switch a shift or to drop a shift or to request time off, like make it as easy and mobile first as possible so that your team can show up when they want to show up and show up in their best foot forward.
That makes sense. Our team hack is explain why we do things. So if they understand the value that it holds, they feel like more is part of the process. Okay, what's one inspiration you've gotten from walking the show floor?
One inspiration. I just saw Von Miller, who is a Super Bowl MVP, 2-time Super Bowl winner. He is getting into the chicken, but he's actually been in the chicken business for 8 years. The inspiration for me is understanding that all walks of life invest in restaurants, participate in restaurants, and to see someone of his caliber investing as much as he is into greener pastures, his brand, bringing on Patrick Mahomes, bringing on Drew Brees as investors. Like, people care about this industry. And the more that we get people to care, the more that we get other countries to come, different perspectives, that gets me hopeful.
You know more about football than I do.
That's fair. That's fair enough.
You
know more about roller coasters than I do.
Listen, we're all experts at something. When people ask me who's my favorite football team, I tell them the Yankees.
The Yankees, fantastic. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. I like it.
What is one trade show hack or trade show survival tip you have?
If somebody offers you water, say yes. The answer is yes. Wear comfortable shoes. Come with a plan. And if you meet somebody that you've wanted to meet, that you've seen on LinkedIn, that you've seen on Facebook, Instagram, take the time to take a photo, take the time to take a video, because chances are you probably won't see them again. And it's not because you don't want to, it's just this is a massive show. There's a lot of cool things going on, and you got to just take care of those magic moments when they happen in the hallway, in line at Starbucks, on a podcast. This is time where usually Rev and I, we see each other, 2 ships passing in the night, and he's actually cornered me, and I'm grateful that you did do that.
Thank you. Yeah, I always joke that this show is like a series of 30-second conversations.
It's a lot of elevator pitches.
30 seconds.
You better have your elevator pitch down. Who are you? What are you building?
You know, I started telling people this yesterday. People didn't know this. You know, I'm the guy that I'm always taking the trade show Ussies.
Yes. Yeah.
Nobody realized this till I started telling people yesterday. I will not take a photo with only 2 people. It has to be 3 people.
I love it. I love it.
2 people is a selfie. 3 people is an Ussie.
I'm okay with that. I'm totally fine with that. I'm a Ted Lasso Ussie guy, so that I'm all in. And Rev does a phenomenal job of herding cats and getting us all into a photo. He's got good long arms too, so you can like get that long arm.
We can't show this on the show, but this is a good one.
We can't take an Ussie because we would need to get another person.
Well, then it would be a selfie. But I want to show you this. This is the after party.
Oh, fantastic! Show that. Yeah, that's good.
There's the Ussie from the dive bar.
That's really good. That's fantastic. I love that.
That accurately represents what was happening. What tip do you have on how to drive repeat visits from guests?
What tip to have? Great question. Ovation. We use Ovation at our stores. Zach Oates, Ovation is here at the show. When I found out about his platform, we believe in digital hospitality. So not only physical hospitality in real life, but we believe that there's technology tools that allow you to retain guests. And a great way to retain guests is to know, what are they saying about you online? What are they saying on Yelp? What are they saying on Google? Getting more reviews, and Ovation's a great tool that helps us do that.
I spoke in front of a room of very high up executives yesterday. And I was like, are you guys getting feedback on every single guest, on every single purchase? They just kind of like blank stared. I mean, we're talking brands with like thousands of stores.
Wow.
And they kind of looked at me like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. But what do you do with it? I then pulled out an Ovation report.
Yes.
And showed them, like, as the CMO for Salad House, when a franchisee calls me, literally the first thing I do is I open Ovation, go to the summary page.
Amazing.
And they were like, you can do that? I was like, yeah, there's tools for these things.
100%. That's amazing.
Okay, last question. Why did you choose to be here?
For this, like I said,
to be on the show.
To be on the show. Well, I met Rev digitally. I met him the way that most of us meet a lot of humans now. It's on a Zoom call. It's on a Google Meet. It's on a podcast. You see him on LinkedIn. Magic happens in real life, and Informa Restaurant Show has done just a really incredible job building the infrastructure for people like us to come together, because you never know who you're going to meet at the show. You don't know when you're going to meet. You don't know how it's going to transform your business. I mean, to be honest with you.
It's a lot of good reasons to come to the show. I definitely came here to do this. So.
Yeah,
awesome.
Too.
Sean, thank you for coming to the show, buddy.
Crushing it.
What's the next thing you're doing today?
Next, I don't know what my schedule. I go wherever my producer tells me to go. I don't know. Hopefully something cool. It's always something cool.
I'll tell you what I'm definitely not doing next.
What are you not doing next?
I am not going over and standing with those mascots.
Oh, why not?
My second biggest phobia in life is people in mascot costumes.
Furries? Is that what they're called?
Well, mascots, but
is that furries?
People who are into them are called
furries. See, okay.
But
you don't like mascots?
No, they're my second biggest phobia.
What's your biggest phobia?
Snakes.
Snakes. So a snake mascot would be the ultimate worst.
I literally would just turn and run.
Really? Interesting.
And so I like to go take videos of me with the mascots from like 15 feet away and prove that like they chase me.
That is phenomenal.
Like the red tomato one is over here, and they're like, "Do you want a picture with him?" I was like, "No, I don't."
So I need to know from Rev what you told me about. What was the thing called? The
Frazzle.
Frazzle. Okay, I'm going to Frazzle. What's one more thing that I cannot miss? Over there on that hall, because we spend a lot of time in this hall. South Hall.
Do you know Arco Boleno pasta machines?
Peters Pasta. Ryan Peters.
Yes, he cooks for them a lot.
Yeah, TikToker. If you're not following Ryan Peters, he does insane videos on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram. But I'm gonna go see him. Is he here?
No, but they have a booth straight back there. And
what are they serving?
Pasta. Like they're literally
making
pasta. And like
I need to eat.
I go there every single time that there's a trade show. I stop in. They make perfect al dente, delicious pasta on a trade show floor. Like, it's amazing.
I'm going. I'm on my way.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one. Where did Julie go?
She's right there, I think. No, where'd she go? Oh, she's right there.
Julie. Well, we're staying live.
Staying live.
We will be right back while I go gather the next guest. Julie. Yeah. Thank you. Hi, buddy. See you.
Thanks, dude.
Hi, Sean. How are you? Good to see you.
Get in here.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, sweet. I'll just hold it live. That's fun.
Well, we were waiting for Avi from Martine. He's not here, so we're going to pull in Julie from Branded.
Oh, hello.
Here's your microphone. We are live
Microphone, we're live.
on the Restaurants Grow podcast here from the National Restaurant Association
Amazing.
show in Chicago. How many times have you done the show?
4
Okay.
times.
4 consecutive, or was there a skip in there?
There was a skip in there.
COVID skip or something?
COVID skip, but I'm here now. This is 2 for 2. There was, I think, a 2-year skip. We had COVID and I had a child.
Okay.
So
You get
that
pass
left
on
me
both
home.
of those.
Yes, yeah.
All right. 2 to 3 sentences. Who are you? What do you do?
I'm Julie Zucker. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer and a partner of Branded Hospitality in New York City. We are investors, we are strategic advisors, and we have a strong media company. Within our company, a media arm, which is our podcast, The Hospitality Hangout, our newsletter, The Hospitality Headline, and we also throw really fun parties at events.
You got you're doing it here later, right?
We are
You're
doing here.
today?
Yeah,
Okay.
we are live from 3 to 4:30 here today. So excited.
Oh, so you're after me.
We're after
Oh,
you.
that's
Yeah.
fun. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
So
Awesome.
we're coming in after.
Okay, a couple of quick
Yes.
questions. Best bite you've had at the show?
RPM Seafood, but that's not at the show. I actually just walked in the show. What did I want
So
to
you've had
give you an
nothing
answer?
yet.
So nothing yet, but actually last year, my favorite thing that I had was the Oatly soft serve.
Where was that? On
It
that
was
side?
Oatly. I'm not like a big, huge oat milk person, but I'm a big soft serve person, and it was just delicious. So I'm going to actively look for that. But secondly, I will say that I'm also really excited to look for Purely Elizabeth. I love Purely Elizabeth granola. I fangirl on
I think
Elizabeth.
it's in that corner over there.
It is. So
Yep.
Elizabeth, if you're watching this, I'm a huge fan. I tell you that every time I see you, and this podcast will be sponsored by Purely Elizabeth.
I mean, we are live on the internet.
we're
So,
live on the internet.
what is the top priority for operators this year?
The top priority for operators this year. It's a good one. I have to think. There's a few directions I can go in here. I think I'm going to go in a different direction, right? I think what everyone's top priority should be is development of their up and coming leadership. I think that we talk a lot about as operators about what technology we can use to enhance our stores, what services we use as a marketer, what tools can we use. But I think what we're forgetting about as leaders is how to empower those who are up and coming in the industry to take over one day. Who's the future leader? And I think we can be doing a stronger job about promoting that hospitality is a career. And so many people start as a server, as a busser, as a bartender, kind of as a means to an end, really to the next spot. And how do we flip the script as leadership to get people being like, hey, you're going to come in as a server, and I'm going to show you how you being a server, you will one day be the CMO. You'll be sitting on Rev's podcast live from the NRA show, talking about how you have grown a brand from 1 store to 100 stores.
I love that. I saw Chili's CMO speak at Meg the other day, and I think he shared that 3 of their C-suite executives literally started as like hourly
Yep.
wage employees.
Yeah, my first job, I was a server, and I say that all the time still. And I tell my niece who just is in college now, I'm like, every summer you need to be working as a server. My kids, 4 and 9, they already know their first jobs are going to be in hospitality as servers. So I think it's so important to be in this role. And listen, whether you come in hospitality or not, the skills are extremely important for wherever you take it. It's leadership, it's camaraderie, it's partnership, it's responsibility.
I love that. That's a great answer.
Thanks.
Not at all what I expect this kind of answer from you, but
Yes.
that's not the answer I expected.
Well, everyone can do the buzzwords. Oh, it's about AI. It's about consolidation. I'm sure a lot of people will talk about that, but I'm not a lot of people. I always want to come with a new, fresh view on things.
Okay. What is one inspiration you have from walking the show floor? And I know you just got here, but anything stick out immediately?
Well, speaking of leadership, actually, the reason I'm just getting here today is this morning I was part of the LEAD Sizzle and Spin
That's right,
class.
yeah.
So talking about leadership and mentorship, I guess everything kind of in my brain is intentional. But LEAD is a wonderful organization led by Amy Hom and Karen Stutz and an incredible group of volunteers who are on the board. And that is truly raising money to exactly what we said, support management, support servers, support those who are growing in the industry. And this morning they raised $20,000 for the LEAD organization.
Oh, wow.
And there were a few members who were there who actually paid to sponsor a team member to go through the whole leadership program. And there's mentorship. You get paired with someone in the industry. So to me, of course, getting on a bike and spinning with friends is fun. But forgetting about the fun. What's so empowering is just to see these leaders having these conversations where we can talk about how we want to make sure our hospitality continues to thrive and grow for those who are up and coming in our industry.
I love that.
Yeah. It's doing good, not just eating good food, but doing good.
I feel like you need a whole other podcast just about this topic.
I know. I could go on about it. I could.
What is a trade show hack or survival tip you have?
Trade show hack or survival tip I have. Oh gosh. Well, you know what? This is also probably not what most people share. I was talking to someone. Listen, we are hospitality operators. We like good food. Those who drink sometimes enjoy drinking. And I was out late last night and then on the spin studio early this morning, and they're like, "How do you do it?" I'm like, "Well, here's my hack." So it's a hack. It's not what you think. It's not but it's a social hack. I go out to dinner and I enjoy a glass of wine at dinner and maybe the pre-party. But then once dinner is over and I'm just, continuing the conversations, I'm fully on water. And then that way I go to sleep hydrated, I go to sleep feeling good, and I wake up feeling good. So
I don't do that.
Because that's my hack. So I feel great.
See, I have to admit, I don't do that. So mine is before I go to bed, I slam a coconut water.
Okay.
And as soon as I get up, I have a hydrator.
Okay, that's good. But you know what my other hack is? I will say that a very, very wise man who wears Hawaiian shirts taught me this, is that I send food, I Uber food to my hotel room. So I'm very particular about what I like to eat. I'm purely Elizabeth, clearly. So I will get that delivered to my room. So when I wake up in the morning, I have my preferred beverages and I have my granola and I have my fruits.
I love that.
And then also to add on to that hack, I do buy dish soap. And then I have I do travel with my own bowl because I make overnight oats. And actually, I wonder if they're here, oats overnight. If you are at NRA, I'm coming to find you. You are my new favorite product of the year. And if you are not here, you should be here next year.
I bring an espresso maker, so I need the soap for that.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. What's one tip you have on how restaurants can drive repeat visits from guests?
Loyalty. And also hospitality. I think we forget about the word hospitality so much, but you are going to be more likely to continue to show up if you had a good experience, not just that, but if you felt special. One thing I like to do in my personal life when I meet new people, meet new friends, and I try and share this with my kids too, is remember one thing about a person when you first meet them. And then at the end of your time with them, whether it's a ball game, whether it's a conference call, whether it's a meeting, is just repeat back that one memorable thing. So if we do that with our guests at the restaurant, hey, Rev, I like your shirt, I like your hat. And then at the end of it, be like, hey man, nice hat again. Can't wait to see what you wear next time. Then that's ooh, next time, that puts it in your head. So, so when we talk about loyalty, it's yes, of course, there's amazing companies out there such as Ovation, Spengo, Loyalty, so many others. But when we think about also building loyalty, I think that's also on the human level as well.
I always like to say that we earn loyalty.
Yes.
And we give rewards.
Yeah. Well, rewards work for me, especially, Rev, I'm going to talk about him. I'll flip the script for 1 second. The best thing that I love that Rev does, two things that he does that always get me every single time. One of which is when you respond to one of his, some of his posts on Instagram, he writes back being like, here's free, you want free fries? And I think Rev's offering me fries. I'm like, yes, Rev, I do want free fries. Thank you. But it's an automated message, right? So sometimes, or I guess not. But that's one thing that I love. And the other thing is when you send emails, be like, hey, Julie, did you miss this? And he writes it with the RE ... And I'm like, oh shit, I forgot. Sorry, oh man, I totally forgot to respond to Rev's message. And I'm like, oh, he got me. Yeah, but that's good. How can we take that creative thinking when we're talking to our guests? If you're sending a guest email, right, and you're a restaurant, let's say you're a salad restaurant, and you're saying, a blasted email that's not personalized, and you're just sending it out California. I'm trying to think of Rev's favorite salad house salad. Shout out to you, Salad House.
Right now,
the Mexican Caesar. Yes, I knew it. So you have Rev talking, but then if Julie got an email being like, hey, come try the Mexican Caesar, I don't like Caesar dressing, so that's not going to get to me. But wouldn't it be funny if I got a loyalty message being like, oh, hey, Julie, you left this, or something like, oh, Julie, we forgot to tell you, or, and then I'm like, oh, wait, what they forget to tell me, or what, and it's you left this, yeah, you left your free salad that you got for your birthday bonus, or you left your extra topping, at the store. I'd be like, all right, I know what I'm getting for lunch today.
Awesome. So, Julie, thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, of
course. I bum rushed you into this.
I loved it. This is the best ever. Rev's
Thank
awesome.
You.
Thank you.
All right, let me have your mic.
Oh,
Thank you. But I don't like to grab you. Just
oh
hand it.
yeah. Are we allowed to do a selfie on camera here?
Yeah, of course. Here.
Can we do it?
Yeah. 1 second. And here we go. Awesome. Have a great show.
Thanks, bud.
Tell those knuckleheads to come on in here, please. Thank you for joining. Guys, we'll be right back. Ushering in our next guest. I think we're running 10 minutes behind. We've lost 2 people. Mom, we're live. This is live.
Whoa, sorry, I had to get some crayons.
You guys are gonna have to. Are you joining us? You're just here to monitor. There's a man behind the camera.
We are behind the man.
We are live at the National Restaurant Association show on the Restaurants Grow podcast. Very good friend of mine, Avi. Tell them who you are, what you do.
Hey everyone, I'm Avi Gorin, co-founder and CEO of Marquee, and we help multi-unit hospitality groups with everything digital.
I'm gonna endorse your product right off the bat.
Thanks, Rob.
When I signed the contract to become the CMO and co-owner of Handcraft Burgers and Brew, I signed the contract. The next thing I did was get our Instagram screen name, our Twitter screen name, our Facebook name, and within 47 minutes of having signed that contract, I was like, "Dear Marquee, get this moving now."
I remember that, and I appreciate it every time.
I probably still have that email.
We get emails, Slack, text, any way you want to reach us, Rev, we're available.
Okay, best bite you've had the show.
I'll say best and most consistent is Olympia, shawarma, beef, all of it. I mean,
That's like your favorite every year.
I think the over-under is like 15 on the day.
I had over here, I think it was the Kronos booth, I had a cheesesteak gyro.
Ooh.
And it had like jalapenos in it, so it was a little spicy.
Those are all words I believe that you love. Oh, I think we're all trying to make up for the void that is no Nathan's and no Vienna beef, and so we're all trying to find how we're going to fill that void.
I did like a pre-show video for social media, like, oh, if you've never been to the show, do this, and this, and don't forget to get a Chicago dog. So I literally told everybody to go do it, and they're not here.
Well, I don't know what to do now at 9:30 because that was my breakfast dog before the line, and now I have to like be with my team. I'm out of things to talk about.
All right, you'll figure it out. I believe it. All right, what do you think is the top priority for operators this year?
So I think we saw over the last 2 years, everyone's like AI, but no one really knew what it meant. And I think now we're starting to see the evolution of here's how we're going to implement AI. And like, look, I still see that AI grill. Okay. But there's ways to do it in analytics now and in reputation management and menu management. I think we're seeing it more and people are starting to fill that and like actually apply it in ways that matter. I think we're going to see more customizable kind of AI agents now that are doing more of that bot work. You're able to provide more customer support when you leverage some of this. And I think it's fun to see the kind of like cloud dream evolution into this moment now.
There was a discussion at Meg earlier last week about having AI as a seat at the executive table, like treat it as another C-suite. I was like, oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
I think Spotify actually like put out that they do that. So
Yeah.
Amen. All right, what's one inspiration you have from walking the show?
It's funny. It's almost the opposite of the last question where I feel like everyone is now getting back to this realization of like, oh, we're in hospitality. Let's make eye contact. Let's say hello, thank you, welcome. Those extra steps of like, okay, we went through the delivery boom. We've gone through this. We're leveraging AI, but like, how can we still be hospitality and that service matters and that proactive approach matters? And I'm hearing it, I'm seeing it, whether it's on panels, whether it's walking around and speaking with operators. And so it's like fun to see how can we be scalable hospitality?
I get that. Yeah, we're 99% digital at Handcraft. We use the kiosk, and people always like, oh, but it takes away the service. If you go read our reviews on Google, 1 out of every 2 says the service is great.
And every time I've eaten at Handcraft, I order seamlessly, and then someone gives me a smile and a burger. I mean, what do you want?
Totally. Okay, what is one trade show hacker survival tip you have?
So you and I operate very similarly but differently. You order everything when you get here.
Yeah.
I travel with my turkey chomps. I mean, I don't post the wipes that I travel with, but I have them, both individual and by the pack. I mean, I travel with my beef jerky, all like my protein bar, everything. Because like, again, when you eat 15 Olympia shawarmas, sometimes you need a break.
Heard. I actually had a fail on my delivery this year.
Oh no!
I had 2 drinks, and the signal in the place where I was ordering it from was not that great, and I ended up with 1 rotten banana.
I saw that banana.
I wanted 6 coconut waters. I got 1 zero water. and I got 6 cases of water. I wanted 1. So if you need a case of water, I literally have 5 extra cases of water.
Bring them to the show. You can sell them for $1 each.
Yeah, I don't want to carry them. So, okay, what is one tip you would give on how to drive repeat trips?
To repeat trips to your restaurant.
Yeah, get your guests to come back.
You know, I think there's something, again, going back to this hospitality, obviously the quality of your food matters. There's inconsistencies with that that'll come. Maybe someone's having, something's not working right. You missed an order, you did this, do that. But I think going back to hospitality, if your team is consistent, if your team is inviting and warming and welcoming. I mean, I talked about Little's Oyster House in Houston that I don't even remember what I ate, but it was the best service I've had in years. It was incredible. And I think that's just like, I can't wait to go back. Right. And I think that kind of warm, fuzzy feeling you get when you found your restaurant, when you found your place, when you found your bite, it's doable.
We had a pretty amazing experience. Joey Chaffee, the founder of Salad House.
Yeah.
He also has a deli that he took over from his parents called Chaffee's. And I took my 9-year-old kid there with my mom, and we had such a good time. They were so nice. And on the ride home, this is what my 9-year-old said. I was like, I will never forget that. He goes, "Hey, Dad, you know what I think makes the pizza there so good?" I was like, "You tell me." And he's like, "There's so much love in the room. I think it soaks up into the oven." And I was like,
I love it.
I'm texting this to Joey.
But it's so true. Like we took my 4-year-old to the Coco's on Long Island. Place that I haven't worked at in 15 years. And I show up at Mike DeCoco, "Hey, how you doing?" He gives my kid Dippin' Dots before we even sit down, which I guess, whatever, parenting. And the next thing you know, she's behind the counter in like an apron. And she had the time of her life. And like, that's hospitality. It's just fun.
Totally agree. Okay, last question. Why did you choose to be here? And don't say lead gen.
No, I don't even know how many we've gotten. It's just like, this is one of those shows where everyone's just happy. Everyone's here to learn. Everyone's here to have fun. I've gotten more hugs in the last 3 days than maybe in the previous year. This is just, it's a happy place. You get to see what's going on. You can be with your peers, and just like, this is a building full of lunatics who love restaurants, and like, what better place is there to be?
Amen. I love it. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we're going to take a selfie, and I need to explain something. This is the second time in the show. I'll explain this today. So my rule is, at trade shows, no less than 3 people in the photo. Can't do 2, because 2 is a selfie, 3 is an ussy. So I take ussies, not selfies, but that was a selfie. So
well, thank you for breaking the rules for me.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Rev. Thank you, man.
Let me have that mic. Thank you, man, behind the camera. Good to see you. All right, so I've had 2 guests ghost on me. Thank you for not ghosting, but I just saw Allie. Thank you. We are still live. Don't go anywhere. Jake, you want to be on the show? Oh, I got Zeno. You're saved. Here comes Zeno. All right. Live from the National Restaurant Association show. It is the Restaurants Grow podcast. Hi, buddy. Oh, what do you got? What do you got there?
Margarita.
How'd you get a giant one here? Put on the mic. Hi, you come in.
Yes. So I'm talking about it. Hey, how you doing, pal?
Okay, we are live. We are live. Hi. Hi.
Live hugs.
Hi. Say hi. Hi.
Oh,
Zach.
hey.
By the way, this is the 4th. Hi, this is the 4th conversation that we've had live. You can all join. We're all live. Ovation has come up on literally every guest that's come in here. Hi.
Oh, amazing.
Okay.
And not only that, I don't want to break your streak.
There you
So,
go.
rocking the swag.
All right, we got Zach, founder of Ovation. We have Zeno Carr, who's in charge of lots of things at Garden Catering. Sit down. We're on camera.
Hey. I got a face for radio.
Hi. Who are you? What do you do? 2, 3 sentences. Say, buddy.
Zeno Carr, Chief Technology Officer for Garden Catering. We make the best chicken nuggets you'll ever have. So my job is to make sure we can get them into your face as quickly and efficiently as possible so you come back for more.
I do love your nuggets, but I don't feel like people talk about the hot seat enough. I mean,
I agree. The Hot Seat is best breakfast sandwich in America, Restaurant and Hospitality Magazine for 2020, which was a COVID year, but it's not,
I do think that they got one thing wrong. It's way better as a wrap. It's
strong.
It's way better as a wrap.
Toasted Hot Seat wrap, toasted on the grill or in a panini press is A+.
Amazing.
Well, you got to come up and try our new cheese sauce.
Okay, I have to get to Connecticut or Mamaroneck and have some cheese sauce. Okay, couple of questions. What's the best bite you've had at the show? I think I know your answer.
Ooh, is it the the Philly, was it the Philly
cheesesteak gyro?
Yeah, cheesesteak
The
gyro.
third time that's come up on the show.
That was solid. That was really good.
Was that Kronos? What both?
Yeah, it was Kronos. Yeah, that was solid. It was good.
Okay.
Both of them were good. The regular ones.
It's a regular one too. Okay, what is a top priority for operators this year?
I think, well, obviously everyone's going to say AI, but the intelligent and thoughtful deployment of AI, not AI for AI's sake, so something that's actually going to remove a job from someone or a nuisance from somebody is where it should go. So if, Lunchbox launched a manager app, I think is super cool and innovative, where you can 86 an item, and the bot will do it for you across all your touch points, or you can close for a holiday and it'll just do it for you. So that's taking a real pain point away from people. I think that's just a smart use of the tech. And then consolidation. There's a lot of chatter online between people saying best of breed or all in one. People are kind of having this argument, and I don't necessarily think one is inherently better than the other. We were always that kind of best of breed, but we're coming around to the all in one solutions now and just simplify our tech stack. We don't need to chase all these things, get back to what we do best, which is serving great food in a friendly way.
I have a very hard stance on the whole tech stack consolidation thing. That is an unpopular opinion.
Go on.
I don't think people want tech stack consolidation. They want tech that works better. And so they've convinced themselves that the solution is one thing, and that's not true. We actually just need better tech to be better integrated.
Agreed. But when that is going to happen, the APIs, the integrations, having 6-7 different support teams that might give support on varying levels, and when you're it's a restaurant industry, it's just in time business. When I need something fixed, I need it right now. I need it 10 minutes ago. I got an unhappy customer. I got a driver that's lost. Whatever it is, I need to fix it now. And if you're having to go to multiple vendors, to try and solve the same thing, and you get a lot of finger pointing and a lack of urgency, it can be brutal. It can be a killer. So
totally agree. Okay, what's one inspiration you have from watching the show?
One inspiration, packaging. I think that there's some cool, innovative packaging companies that I noticed out here that got me excited to try and do some new branded things.
I got pulled into a packaging conversation. They were like, "What do you think about this? And what do you think about this?" And I was like, "Whatever makes the food be as awesome as it can be when it gets to the person is how I vote."
100%, 100%. Yeah, and you sell burgers, which
don't travel well.
Fries don't travel well. We're selling chicken nuggets, don't travel well. So there's an art to that, and I don't think even McDonald's is solved for it. So
what travels well?
What's that?
Hatsu wrap.
Hatsu wrap.
Travels well.
Really good.
What is one trade show hack or survival tip you have?
Listen to Rev's playbook before you go anywhere, and you will have a really good starting point for managing the wear and tear on the body and the emotions from being up late, getting up early, and hustling, and doing all the walk you were doing, the flights, all that. You need to stay hydrated. You need to plan ahead. Yeah, that's it.
I drink a lot. Like I was just telling Julie on the show, I drink coconut water before bed. I have a hydrator in the morning.
Yeah, genius. I get airborne.
Yeah, I do
an airborne in the bottle.
I do an airborne and a hydrator in the same bottle.
Oh, totally. Yeah, it's the only way to survive. These things get long. So
okay, what is one way to drive repeat trips from our guests?
Drive repeat trips from our guests. I think it's to know them and what they prefer. So do your best to capture that data and know who your guest is and what they're really after, and just give the best service. People's the bar has been lowered and lowered and lowered in the last several years, and I think for those brands that can really double down on their standards for service, stick out. Like, people remember it. It's like shocking when you have an experience with a line level employee in any restaurant who really clearly loves their job and wants to serve and has that hospitality gene. So you have to care and make sure that you put people in the right places who also care, and you win. People come back.
I was speaking to Lee from Pizza Master's booth. He's a world pizza champ. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm excited to make pizza today." It's like, this is a world pizza champ. He's like, I really just like making pizza and giving it to people. Like it's inside you, right? That I want to serve,
100%. I mean, shout out to Randy Watson, Matt Watson at Grigg Street Pizza. But I mean, same type guy. I mean, that's fantastic pizza, and those guys are in there every day. They're slinging hundreds of pies a day, and he's in there just loving it. He's excited when you come in to show you some other thing he's hatched, some new product, and that's actually great.
It's actually a great example I didn't even think of. And not every restaurant can do this, but every time I've ever walked in there, he changes the music to whatever he knows I like. Now I don't know what that is the other guests there, but I think that's amazing.
That is actually
even if it's just like one song, like it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
All right, last question. Why did you choose to be here? And I don't mean the podcast, I mean the
show. Well, for one, the top 100 movers and shakers, we were honored, to be in that list for the third year in a row. So we want to see where we place. And we're opening 2 new stores this year. So
that's awesome.
We're in Shelton, Connecticut, and Darien, Connecticut.
Good to hear.
Yeah. So we're excited to get those stores open, but it's good to just get your eyes on everything that's new and that's out there. You don't know what you don't know. I've run into a bunch of vendors that I've never even heard of here. That was like, oh wow, where did you come from? And you wouldn't really know that without being here.
So then
what to see you see Zach, see Derek, all these goons. It's pretty fun.
I agree that there's lots of people here. I think 60,000, and there's lots of people, but I do think the crew that we kind of roll in is like a really great group. And I'm not trying to humble brag, but like a really great group of people who love to do this. And it makes it fun to hang out with them.
100%.
For sure. By the way, shout out to your shirt. You can't see this. That is an Ultimate Warrior Hawaiian shirt. Pretty radical. Super awesome.
It was a gift from my esteemed colleague right here.
Buddy, thanks for coming on the show. We're going to take a quick selfie.
All right.
And then we're going to bring in our next guest. All right. There it is. All right, Zeno, have a good show.
Yeah, man.
Can I have the microphone, please?
Oh, yeah.
Boom. Thanks, buddy. All right. Don't go anywhere. Let me get our next guest. Where did Eric go? Oh.
What's up, man? What's up?
Hi.
Hey, good to see you again.
Good. What's happening? Hi. Wow, we're live. All right. We're here on the Restaurants Grow podcast. Bring in our next guest. We are live. Like, this is live.
Live, we're here.
Hi, Eric. How are you, buddy?
What's happening?
Hi. We're live on the Restaurants Grow podcast. We're live on LinkedIn. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. This will become part of my podcast later at the National Restaurant Association Show 2025. So my good buddy Eric. Eric, who are you? What do you do? 2 to 3 sentences.
All right. Eric Knott, CEO, Tiki Taco. We sell tacos, burritos, margaritas in the Midwest. We've got 6 locations now. Open it up 3 more this year. Hopefully get to 10 by the end of the year. Maybe squeeze 1 more in.
When I come see you in a couple of weeks, what's the first thing you're going to make me eat?
Ooh. I'm going to go Thai chili pork burrito, ground pork, peppers, onions, 2 fried eggs, and rice wrapped in a burrito.
So I'm just eating one thing?
Oh, no, you're going to eat the whole menu. You better come hungry. You better actually fast from now until then. Yeah, to be able to eat at our place.
Amen. All right, speaking of, what's the best bite you've had at the show?
Ooh. That's a tough one. I think I had a bite of pizza.
Okay.
Yesterday. I don't even remember actually, it's so bad. I don't remember the name of it. It's right over here. I'm probably going to go back for some more.
Okay.
I'll know the name of it. But it was good. I've just sampled. I try and not eat a ton and just have little samples along the way.
I try to eat 3 whole meals in bite size.
Exactly.
So like, one of this, one of this, one of this.
I'll tell you, I'll make a shout out. There's a place called Sunda, Sunda, Asian place down in West Loop. Fantastic last night for dinner.
Okay. Awesome. All right. What is a top priority for operators this year?
I think that we're swinging back to homemade food. And I think that there's a connection as the prices have now inflated since COVID, and you can basically trade off from your fast food to fast casual, casual dining, all kind of mixed in this price point, that people want a value proposition to go back to house made or homemade, whatever verbiage you want to use, from the food side.
We cut our own fries at Handcraft, and most people won't do that. It is really hard. It's labor intensive. They're delicious, but we debate it all the time. We're like, we are really proud of these fries.
Don't change.
We even have supply issues with them because we use a really weird potato, but it is like, You go. We've been open for 3.5 years. French fry has been our #1 selling item every single month, other than this month. This is the first time it wasn't. So it's like
don't change
you
it.
can't change.
What potato though? I'm curious.
We use a chipperbeck. You know what a
I
chipperbeck
do.
is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys know what a chipperbeck is, so if you eat like Frito-Lay's potato chips or Kettle Brand, they use potatoes that are this big and they're round and they're meant for chipping. And funny story, we called Chipperbeck and said, "Hey, can we get some of these to make French fries with?" And they were like, "No,
We don't have any.
we don't know." They said they're not for that. They're for making chips, and we want to make fries. They're like, they're not designed for that. We're like, we don't care. We want a French fry that looks like a fry, feels like a fry, but tastes like a potato chip. And they literally said no. And our chef just went and bought a case of them and made them, and they were amazing. We're like, we don't care, let's do it.
Yeah, I was in the potato world for a long time. Out back then, PDQ, we did all our own fries.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Listen, I've tasted so many fries in my day.
So the Chipperbeck people came to the restaurant and ate it and apologized to us.
Oh, that's awesome. So my advice is don't change. Stay there.
All right. What is one inspiration you have for walking the show?
I think it's just the endless pursuit of the newest technology.
Really?
Yeah, I've turned into a little bit of a tech nerd over the past 3 years. More so, I think that the restaurant business was so far behind in technology for so long. I mean, we were handwriting schedules 10 years ago, right? And now you can take an iPad and do inventory.
Just literally scan it.
Yeah, I mean, so I think it's a dangerous game because you get here, you're so excited and everything, you want to just bring it to the concept, and then it's like, okay, slow down. Is that priority? Is that what we need to do right now? But I like coming and seeing what the next best thing is, even if it's not ready today. It put in the pipeline maybe next year or at the end of this year, whatever the case may be. So that's probably the inspo, I guess you call it, from the show.
God bless. What is one trade show hack or travel tip that you have? Like, how do you get through this?
Easy. There's one day that I carve out while we're here, and I go have a dinner with just a very small group of people that I know to like shut off.
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm on the whole time, right? You get up at 6 a.m, you do your coffee, you get to the show, all day you're on, you're going to vendor dinners or events, and you're just on 100% of the time. So I carve out like 3 hours for one dinner while I'm here, no more than like 4 or 5 people, and we don't talk about work. It's like just have a good time, eat some delicious food, maybe a glass of wine, and just kind of like decompress. And we try and do it like halfway through.
Okay. So,
I know you do your Instacart.
So sick invite, bro. I didn't get invited to your dinner if you had one.
Yes. You're a busy man, though. You get all kinds of invites. Every time I talk to you, like, I'm going here, I'm going here, I'm going here.
Yes, I do. I was actually saying I had an Instacart fail this year where I was in a bar doing my order and the connection was weak and I'd had a drink or two and my eyesight's not so good when I'm here.
So what did you get?
A rotten banana. I tried to get 6 coconut waters. I got 1 vitamin water. And I ended up with 6 whole cases of water. So if you need a case of water,
I mean, water would be my second hack. That's the second hack. Drink water like with every meal all throughout the day to get through it.
Yeah, mine is sadly almost empty. Okay, what is one tip you have on how to drive repeat visits from guests?
Oh, that's a good one. I would say, so I'll give you a couple. I can't just give you one. Number one is make sure that the leadership is involved in the day-to-day operation. They're not in an office and behind a computer. They're able to correct issues right there. And when people leave, even if it's a bad experience, good experience, they go tell people about it, come back. But honestly, I think at this point, I would say we have a software, Vicky, which you're obviously, you love it, right? But I mean, with the click of a button, we get engaged with people right away. Whether that's they haven't been in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, they order this, they order that. Being able to just hit a button and drive that business back in is probably the one tip or trip.
Okay, so this is Bicky user to Bicky user. What's your favorite thing in Bicky? Like, what's the thing you like to look at or use?
My favorite is probably the product mix side of things.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because I'm able to like slice and dice. I know, like I have this, I think that we sell this much of this street taco, but then going in there and diving in like, no, actually you sell a whole hell of a lot more than you think you do. Or like emotional connection to a food item. It's like, that's my favorite menu item. And then you pull it up, it's like, it only sells at 3%.
we have a secret menu in Handcraft Burgers and Brew, and on it, we literally just came up with silly things. It's not intended to be a volume plate, and we didn't add any SKUs, so it's easy because we have.
I love it. I love it.
And on there's a burger called Rev's Secret Smash, and it's a smash burger with steamed onions, American sharp American, peanut butter that's crunchy, jalapenos, and bacon. And I'm telling you, it's a banger. It's so
Sounds
good.
delicious.
My GM is always like, Rev, do you want me to like promote it to people? Do you want to hire up in the P-Mix? I'm like, no. I never ever want to talk about it. It's not intended to sell a lot.
Well, I went to Handcraft and I had a burger, and we can keep talking, but I want to show you. I want video proof that I went and had some burger with like crispy rice, a fried egg, and some kind of sauce, and it was absolutely delicious.
That was our December burger of the month, and it was Mr. Bing's
Yes.
Sriracha Mayo.
Yes,
That was another one. Our GM was like, let's take a double burger and replace one of the patties with a disc of fried rice, and I was
just
like,
so a picture's worth 1,000 words right there. And then of course I couldn't just stop with that. I had to get a hot dog too on top of it.
oh man, our rippers are so good.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
good.
Awesome.
Okay, last question. Why did you choose to be here? And I don't mean the podcast. I mean the show.
Well, it's very funny that I was not coming this year.
Really?
Yeah, because we're opening a store next week. So I wasn't coming. I was at the new store on Friday getting building inspections, health inspection. I have a fire inspection tomorrow at 12 that I have to be at.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
So are you flying out tomorrow morning?
Yeah, tomorrow morning, 7:30 in the morning. So I actually came to see people. That was it. I'm not here to try and find the next greatest thing. I don't have anything on my agenda to find while I'm here. I actually just came to see either people I've worked with in the past, my friends from the conferences, and really just get a little mental break before I go into the opening. So probably the unpopular.
It was actually Zeno's answer as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So it's like the community, you know, and honestly, I sometimes learn more from just having a conversation with somebody outside of the show. And you get all of the insights, or maybe they've done something you've never done before, whatever the case may be. Like, I think that's the real, of course, yes, eating the food and seeing all the new toys and all that. But I think the real value is in conversation with people in the industry.
Yeah, I was at a bar last night. Actually, we were both at the same bar, and I asked somebody at midnight, which is not a good time to strike up a conversation about how to do marketing, and they gave me a tip that like I wouldn't have gotten had I not been in that bar at midnight.
100%.
So, totally agree. Eric, thank
Awesome.
you for being on the show. Really
No,
appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
We're gonna take a selfie here real
Yes.
quick. All right, National Restaurant Association show.
We're here.
The microphone, please.
You got it. I don't want to run away. You might hear some things you don't want to hear.
Oh, okay. And it's time for our next guest. Come in here. Come in here. Be on my show. Be on my show. Come on in. We're live. Don't stop dilly-dallying. Hi. You guys are gonna have to share a microphone. We are live on the interwebs. We're live on LinkedIn. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. Some guests that were not planned but standing outside that I ushered in. I'm so excited you guys are here. What are you doing? Pay attention. We're talking to these people. You talk to those people. All right. Who are you? What do you do? 2 to 3 sentences.
Hi, I'm Tyree Riggs. I am from Peterbit, USA. Allie Haskell. I am from North Star POS, VP of Marketing.
Listen, what is your hat? Oh, it's women in tech. It's upside down? Why is it upside down? Tim. Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, Allie, best bite you've had at the show so far?
I have actually not had that much to eat, but I did walk over there and had a Coke slushie.
Oh, you have to go to the Coke machines. Like
Yes.
that's actually the first thing I do is get a Coke. Tyree, best bite you've had?
Oh my gosh, hands down, Green Belly has a hot sauce that I am absolutely in love
Oh,
with.
that's the
Yeah.
okay. Where's
She
that
was
one?
just telling me about that, and then we came over here to talk to you.
Okay.
Yeah, that way.
Okay. All right, we'll figure it out. All right, Allie, top priority for operators this year.
I'm hearing loyalty and retention right now, trying to get people to stay loyal customers and keep them there.
Tyree?
Perfecting operations. Operational excellence.
Those are the words I drop all the time. Okay. What is one inspiration you have from walking the show floor?
Oh man. You know,
have better hot sauce.
getting creative. Yeah, no, getting creative. For me, I would say just building better with our partners, having good conversations with our partners, and focusing on building better relationships. Yeah, and operational excellence.
Funny, somebody came up to me today. It was their first show ever. They're a vendor, and they were like, "We just realized we don't know what we're trying to do here." And I was like, "You should decide that before you come."
Yeah.
But I was like, if you don't have a booth, right? The best use case of this is to go make friends with your partners or make new partners.
I mean, that's what we're
those
here
people
doing.
wanna talk.
That's
Yeah.
what we're here doing. I've sat down with almost all of our partners in this hall. I haven't been to the other halls, but had good go-to-market strategy meetings with them.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, what is a trade show hack or survival tip that you both have?
Don't tear your planter when you have to come, so you're walking around in a boot.
I'm not sure that that's a hack, but
Don't do it. Mine would be definitely have some places that you know you want to hit on the first day, and then give it a shot, like just doing the long walk. You would be so surprised what you find.
oh, you mean like to the other hall?
Yep. Do the long walk. Go where you were not expecting to go.
Did you find anything over there that you loved?
Not yet, but
Okay,
I'm
you
sure
will.
that I will. I found a partner that I didn't know was here walking all the way to the back corner in the North Hall.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. What is a tip you have for restaurants on how to drive repeat guests?
Don't mess up when they come the first time. Keep.
Okay.
That's
I can agree. That's very important.
I don't know. I would just say be yourself. Like, people want to buy from people. Be authentic. Be your brand. Don't try to be someone you're not. Yeah. Maybe try to surprise them with something that they're not expecting. Yeah.
I did an offsite yesterday with Jonathan Mays from Nation's Restaurant News, and he said that in 2024 there was 111% increase in LTOs from restaurants. And he equates that to people not wanting to do discounts. So instead of being promos, it was what can we do to innovate from our menu to get people to come in. So I was like, is it a good or bad thing? He goes, well, I don't know.
I don't know, but it happened. Yeah, I don't know.
But to speak to what you're saying, like you could do something unique, you could do something creative. If all you are is a discount or all you are is chasing a promo because you saw somebody else doing it, then your brand is a promo.
I agree. I think people are done discounting their business.
Discounts have a place, but I think you have to know what that place is for sure. Okay, last question. Start with Tyree. Why did you choose to be here? And I don't mean the podcast.
Honestly, like, I've always been surprised at what I find here. You can always find something better than what you're offering. And if you don't look, you don't know. So it's a little bit of a FOMO reason, but own it. But really, seriously, like the stuff you can find, you would never find anywhere else.
We found something pretty awesome other than the hot sauce. I know we're obsessed with the hot sauce.
Well, actually, the hot sauce guy has a really great soda that I'm like also in love with. Dude, seriously, I'm really in love with this guy. Like,
okay.
I came for partnerships. We're working on growing our partnerships and making sure that we push our partners forward and amplify their voice. So this was the best way I can support them by coming here. Yeah, friends.
Awesome.
For friends. Like, I've already made so many new friends.
The last 3 guests, their answer was friends and relationships.
Yeah.
So there you go. Amen. Well, thank you both for being on the show. We're going to do, this is actually, I've had to explain this a few times. If it's 2 people, it's a selfie. If it's 3 or more, it's an Ussie. So far, because I've had single guests, we've had selfies. So this is the first Ussie of the podcast. All right, here we go. All right, Allie and Tyree walking around the show. We are live. Restaurants Grow podcast. Here comes my next guest. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you around. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
I love the shirt post, by the way. All of us got some into it. Yeah, send Matt in here. Awesome. We are live at the National Restaurant Association show. What's up, buddy? We're live.
What's going on?
Good. Put on the microphone. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm amazing. We're at the National Restaurant Association show in Chicago. I've said that 75 times. 2025. We are live on LinkedIn. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. This is going to become my podcast. Matt, who are you and what do you do? 3 sentences.
Great question. My name is Matt Hardoon. I'm the VP of Sales at a company called Sauce. We are your very own pickup and delivery team. First party online ordering. Thanks. And a good friend of Rev's, if I might
Thanks,
say so
buddy.
myself.
Thank you, buddy. Good friend. And for those of you that work with me on Babu, they are powering our platform. So it's also a partner. And the conversation I just had with Tyree and with Ali was how this is a great show for partnerships. So here we go.
Absolutely is.
Awesome. All right, a couple of questions for you. What is the best bite you've had at the show?
Oh my gosh, the best bite I had at the show is one of the simplest bites. It's the pretzel dogs. The mini pretzel dogs, a little bit of yellow mustard, delicious. Can't be beat.
I want to eat one, but I have to circumnavigate the mascots because I'm deathly afraid of mascots. And of course,
Are you?
Yes, and of course they've been here the whole time, except now that I'm live, now they're gone. So like I
Rev,
could go safely get one.
To an extent, you are a mascot yourself, right? I mean, the whole get up.
For sure, but so for me, it's it's my second biggest phobia. It really is.
Fair enough.
I can't see who's under the mask, and I don't know what their intentions are, so I'm deathly afraid of it. It's like a trigger warning that like that person might come and kill me. I can't see their face.
I'm here to protect you.
Thanks, buddy. Notice I sat on this side of the
Yeah,
darts.
yeah. I hear you.
All right. What is a top priority for operators this year?
Preserving profitability. I mean, I think that's probably the same answer to the question each and every year. I think whether it's labor costs, food costs, third-party online ordering, profitability. You got to figure out every way to stay competitive, stay with your head above water so that you can reinvest in the business. And that's what we're here to do. Right?
You kind of don't have a business if it's not profitable.
You know, there are some people that might say that you do, but not for too long. Not for too long.
What is one inspiration you have from walking the show floor?
Number one, I need to get in shape, right? That's my biggest inspiration.
That's actually will lead into the next question. But what else?
17,000 steps yesterday. My legs are killing me. No, but
keep going.
But my biggest inspiration is automation, right? Whether it's robotics, AI, we need to be as automated as humanly possible. And that's what I'm proud of here with Sauce. We're automating your online ordering. We're automating your delivery. We're automating refund management. We're just end-to-end, A to Z. So you don't have to do anything in the realm of online ordering or marketing. So I'm super excited to see what everyone else is doing around automation.
Awesome. By the way, I'm only at 5,000 steps today.
Well, that's because you're sitting.
I'm lagging. I'm for sure lagging. Yeah, I'm hearing a lot more of the what can I do to replace a human function, especially as it relates to AI. AI was a super hot topic at Meg. And one of the things that they were saying is that AI should have a seat at the executive table.
100%. Our CEO is actually just saying, before you make your next hire, whether it's in marketing, in sales, and customer success, do a full-blown audit to see whether or not an AI tool or a software program could potentially do that job as good, if not better. And then when you do bring on that AI tool or software, treat it the same way that you would hiring, onboarding, training an employee with the same level of rigor, the same level of involvement. And that actually struck a chord. I think that's interesting. It's not just a program that you use. It's now becoming an integral part of the day-to-day.
I actually speak to ChatGPT. Like we have conversations because if I think of it in that way, I will treat it in that way, and I'll get more, I think, thoughtful replies by having a conversation, not just prompting.
Would you say that ChatGPT is a better friend than me?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But it does reply to all of my emails whenever I ask them.
True. Sometimes it takes me a day or two. They're faster. ChatGPT is definitely faster than Matt Hardoon. I will give it that. Smarter too.
Okay. What is one tip you have on how to drive repeat visits?
The biggest tip that I have is quality of service, right? If you're going to have a good experience, you're going to want to come back. Whether that's on-premise dining, making sure that it's a fantastic reservation experience, off-premise dining with a fantastic delivery experience, that's what keeps people coming back. The moment that there's an inconvenience, the moment that it's inaccessible, the moment that the food is a little bit late, or they didn't get their tracking link, or whatever caters to the experience isn't 100%, you've silently lost your seat at the table for retention. So the two things that I know you asked for one, but the two things that we try to figure out after is a survey. Just kindly ask, communicate. How was your experience? If you raise your hand and you volunteer information, you'll get a reply. And if it was not up to par, you have a chance to intervene and to correct it.
I believe that our guests do want to give us their feedback and they do want to tell us things, and that there is operational excellence gold
100%.
in those replies.
And it's not just about the shouting at the top of your lungs 1-star Yelp review. It's about the 3.9 star review that might not motivate someone to shout about it online. They're just going to quietly say, maybe I don't need to go back. I want to find out about that because that you could turn that into a 5-star review the next time.
Yes, I want to know if somebody had the okayest
Yeah.
time, because why was it only okay?
What was okay about it? Drive excellence.
And I'd rather they actually tell me than tell Yelp. So
100%.
if you ask, you can often
Ask and you
circumnavigate.
shall receive.
Amazing. Why did you choose to be at the show?
To see you.
You know what? Acceptable answer. Red stamp.
No, honestly, I think that we started this conversation saying partnerships. Our customers are here. Our prospective customers are here. The industry is here. I have a great time, right? Whether it's walking the trade show floor, seeing people that I haven't seen in 4 or 5 years, or meeting new friends, it's an experience every single time. So I've been to so many different food industry trade shows, conventions. NRA has a special place in my heart. I love Chicago, and looking forward to next year already.
Yeah, this is when I think about my dance card, like what shows I'm going to go to. I go to a lot. I go to 12 or so a year. Like this is a given. Like it's given. And for all of these reasons and more, like literally everyone is here. So if you're not here, next year you need to be here. And if you're watching this post, you're like, yep, that's exactly what it is. But yeah, you can't not go to the show. Everybody is here.
You're making a bigger statement not coming than by coming.
But I do think it's important to have a reason to, like
100%.
And it could be I want to see all my friends. Like I want to catch up with people because also like, how are you doing? What have you been up to? Like that's valuable. So, but I do think having a goal. Somebody came up to me earlier. They're a brand new vendor. They've never been to the show. They don't have a booth, and they're like, "What should we do?" And I was like, "Why didn't you think of that before you got here?" But my answer to them, in a kind way, was, "This is a great show for partnership development. So if you don't have a booth and you're just walking the floor and you're a vendor, it's a great way to meet partners, to make time with partners, find partners, ask partner questions, and then that's actually a great reason to come to the show."
And everybody here is looking to network, looking to make long-standing connections, looking for those partnerships. So take a moment, plan in advance, send a couple of LinkedIn messages, send out an email campaign, set appointments in advance. You'll have a much more productive time. And if not, if it's like this friend of yours that came in without a little bit of a game plan, then treat it like door to door.
Just walk,
Just walk. Knock on doors. People are willing to have conversations.
All right, you want my trade show hack?
Please.
Okay, so if you don't have a booth, another great way to do the show is you literally stand right there. You stand there the whole show. So you guys probably can't tell where we are. We're in the podcast booth. If you've been to the show, we're next to Starbucks. The main entrance, you come up the main entrance. There's a hall over there and a hall over here. If you literally just stand in the middle for hours, you will talk to every single person you want to talk to because they're going to walk by you. I tested this 2 years ago. I stood right there for 4 hours.
The pro tip is to wear a very vibrant Hawaiian shirt because then people want to stop and talk to you. If you just wear kind of a muted gray, they might walk right past you. But I totally agree. And that's why we picked the booth right over here, 5517, right on the inside.
Awesome. Matt from Sauce, a
Thank
sincere
you.
pleasure. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Rev.
Thank
Have
you.
a good
Come
day.
shake. Have the microphone, please.
You absolutely may.
Andrew, come on in.
Have a good day.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. How are you? Good to see you.
Great. You walk by and I'm putting you, we are live on the internet. Hi, buddy.
How are you?
Welcome to the podcast, Restaurants Grow Podcast. See what I'm saying? If you sit in the same spot, you will see everybody you want to see at the show. You were not planning to be on the show. I saw you walking by. We just got done with Matt. We're at the National Restaurant Association show in Chicago 2025. Who are you? What do you do? 3 sentence max.
Oh boy. I'm Andrew Ersprung out of Indianapolis, Indiana. I run our partnerships and business development over at Tilster. And you grabbed me as I was eating my Dippin' Dots.
How are
they? Fantastic.
Okay. Well, we're asking the same questions to everybody. So I'm going to ask this question. We'll see what you say. What's the best bite you've had at the show?
Oh, I mean, you can't. Okay. What's the best bite I've had at the show?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to sweet treats, because I like my sweet treats.
Okay.
It's either going to be a cookie or you can't go wrong with Dippin' Dots.
Dippin' Dots?
But when you're in Chicago, you got to get a hot dog. And I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of a Nathan's guy.
Really?
So,
okay. What's your favorite Chicago dog vendor? I don't mean the show. I mean in Chicago, like actual hot dogs.
I mean, you can't go wrong with Vienna beef either.
Okay. All right.
So I like Vienna. But I mean, we're also in Chicago, so we got to talk about popcorn or.
Oh, is this a thing for you? Tell me about it.
I love it. Yeah, of course. Garrett's.
Okay.
Right? Garrett's popcorn. Even if you're just at the airport, can't go wrong. Every time I fly through, I get some to take on the next flight with me. So
Really? You
Yeah.
can't get good popcorn in Indianapolis? You gotta come to Chicago and put it in a bag?
it's okay. It's
Okay.
all right.
All right. Okay. I'm learning things about you. Okay. What is the top priority for operators this year?
Oh boy. So in our space, we work with large QSR brands. And so it seems like a lot of the brands, and this has probably been a thing for the last couple of years, but line busting, right? How do we get more throughput without having to hire more labor or more labor intensive operations? So that seems like a really big.
I mentioned
Topic.
this at Meg the other day. I was like, you guys realize that the reason why Chick-fil-A is so big is not because they have the best chicken sandwich on the planet. It's that the experience is so dialed in. Even if they're busy, you're going to be treated nicely and you're going to get through the line super fast. And like that alone, that level of operational excellence drives so much.
And they are extremely good at their hiring and their training, because it's always their pleasure to serve us, right? It's just something that they do a little bit more and beyond, which I think obviously helps their overall branding as well. So
Totally agree. I have no idea what it sounds like. Somebody keeps hitting the door.
it does.
What is one inspiration you have from walking the show floor?
Let's see. So far, I just showed up today.
Okay.
So I've only been around for about like an hour and a half or so. So some inspiration. It seems like there's a lot of robotics around, which is, I guess, could be a good and a bad thing depending on how you look at it. But as far as innovating the actual space and the brands and everything that's going on, I think it's actually really cool. And there's some really cool like robotic technology around that honestly is just kind of fun to watch. Like I was literally just on Snapchat, just like zooming in on these little things going around or flipping a burger or whatever.
Did you see
It's
the,
pretty cool.
the French fry bod over here?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was cool.
See, so that's what I mean.
Okay, what is one trade show hack or survival tip that you have?
Oh boy, I stole it from you. Okay, so it's not mine.
Okay, I put it out there for everybody to adopt, so it's okay.
Pre-order your water, your Gatorade, whatever it is, a couple of snacks, so that way when you show up at the hotel, it's not far behind you.
This is now the third time I'm telling this story on the show. I had a fail on this one. I had a fail, and I ended up with one disgusting banana, one vitamin water, 6 cases of water. That is not my intention. It's like, so I got no coconut water. It was a total fail. And I was like, we're just gonna walk away.
The other thing too is have to connect with you to do the pre-show tour of whatever city it's in, the food crawl.
Hey man, well, we're doing one in Indianapolis in a couple of weeks, so I'm assuming you're coming with us.
I would love to.
We're gonna go to Cluster Truck.
Absolutely.
And then Futuro, which is like one of my favorite pizza places ever. So you
very good.
You know the deal.
Yes.
Okay. What is a tip you have on how restaurants can drive repeat trips from their guests?
So getting that guest to come in again, because obviously, as you know, from a marketer standpoint, if you can get them in 3 times, they're going to be very loyal to you. But to get them from trip 1 to trip 2, the first trip has to be an excellent, not only food, obviously, that they're eating and ordering, but obviously from a service standpoint as well. So it kind of goes back to what we were talking about for Chick-fil-A, which is hiring and training. I think that those 2 are massive to drive repeat customers.
Totally agree. All right, last question. Come on in. No, come in here. I don't care. Have your meeting here. Why did you choose to be at the show?
It's the largest restaurant show of the whole year. So it's a really good place, like you said, to sit in one place and you'll see everybody and be able to make connections, meet people. Not only that, but to see what's coming around the corner next in the space. So
yeah, I'm sitting in one place in a big box.
Yeah,
and literally
in a glass box,
pointing at people, be like, "Get in here, get in here." So, like that's how we got you, Andrew. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Of course, unplanned, having to walk by. So we're gonna take a little selfie here. All right, buddy. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you. Can I have the microphone,
always
please?
Good to see you. Of course.
I need the microphone. There we go. Okay. All right. Enjoy your show. We're live, the Restaurants Grow podcast. We're live at the National Restaurant Association Show 2025. And my next guest said, hey, I'm walking out him, but not going to make it back to you in time. Okay, so we are losing a guest. which means we do not have a guest right now. I'm going to look around and see if I recognize anybody that we can pull in here to be on the show. Again, we are live at the National Restaurant Association show, and I'm going to text Derek and Abhinav 1 second and get them in here. Abhinav and Derek. Derek, they're literally standing right over here. Come on show for 5 mins now, please. God bless. All right. Restaurants Grow podcast. Again, we are broadcasting live from the National Restaurant Association show here in Chicago, McCormick Place. There is literally 12 football fields worth of equipment and technology and food and plateware, and literally it's all here. If you are looking for new couches, if you're looking for new ice cream machines, if you want innovative products to use on your menu, if you're looking for technology, if it exists in the restaurant business, it is here at the National Restaurant Association show. If you've never been and you are in restaurant operations, you're in culinary, you're in marketing, you need to come to the show. And if you couldn't make it this year and you know what we're talking about, come back next year. Yeah, come on in. Come on in. Awesome. Awesome. More unscripted, unplanned guests. Come on in. Pull. That's a pull, not a push. All right, you guys have to share a microphone. Jump on out of here. We are live on the Restaurants Grow podcast. My good buddy Derek, my good buddy Abhinav. Say hello, guys. Say hi.
Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Good to see you.
Awesome. We're live on LinkedIn. We're live on YouTube. You can get a little closer so you can stay on screen. We're live on Facebook. Derek, who are you? What do you do? 3 sentences, please.
My name is Derek Rosenbaum. I am the president and resident CTO of Groucho's Deli.
Awesome. Abhinav.
Abhinav Kapoor, co-founder and CEO of Bicky. We are a customer data platform for restaurants. We help restaurants figure out who's coming, how often they're coming, what makes them come more often, less often, etc.
Okay, so this is funny. So our first guest mentioned Marquee, and then Avi showed up.
Nice.
And then me and Avi talked about Ovation, and then Zach showed up. And so Bicky was mentioned by Eric Knott, and then you show up.
Oh,
so it's like,
okay.
so just be careful what vendor you mention. They might come next. All right, we're going to ask you a couple of questions. Again, we're live here on the show, the National Restaurant Association show in Chicago. Both are going to answer both questions. Derek, you go first. Best bite you've had at the show?
The tater kegs.
Really? Were they stuffed or regular?
Stuffed.
Okay, and where are the tater kegs?
In the middle of...
Okay, that's usually where they are. Okay, I mean, best bite.
The Roman style pizza.
Okay.
They're handing them out
Where was this?
right in front of the state association, Bites of the States or whatever.
Okay.
It's right before you enter there.
Okay. I'll tell you what the most interesting bite I've had. I had a non-meat hard-boiled egg.
Oh, interesting.
It tastes,
Was not textually offensive?
no, it tasted like a hard-boiled egg. Like it would have not known the difference.
Wow.
Okay. Abhinav first. Top priority for operators this year.
Growing traffic. I think that's it. Growing traffic. I think the environment's getting more competitive. Consumers are probably pulling back on restaurant spending for a little bit. There's more choice than ever before. So figuring out how to get someone in the door and figuring out how to keep them as a guest is probably the most important thing that I'm hearing right now.
Awesome. We're going to revisit your answer in a moment. Derek, top priority for operators this year.
To piggyback on his and doubling down on retention efforts with whatever mechanisms and levers you need to do that.
Awesome. We're going to come back to your answer as well.
He's going to ask us how to do both those things.
So it's me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, Derek, what is one inspiration you have from walking the show?
One inspiration I have from walking the show.
By the way, you can hold the mic a little closer to your mouth if you want there.
Just how diverse a group of people, restaurateurs, operators, and technologists are. I mean, this is truly a global event.
Yeah.
One inspiration you have from walking the show floor?
How little I know about the restaurant industry. I took a cab ride here yesterday with somebody who moved from Barcelona to the Dominican Republic to follow a girl 30 years ago. And he's been a chef in the DR ever since, working at a hotel. And when I asked him why he was here, he was like, I'm looking for new models of toasters because like the way our buns toast isn't perfect and I need an upgrade. And it's just like there are people thinking about things with respect to this industry that I don't spend 0.5% of my time thinking about. It's an inspiration. It's amazing. And again, it just goes back to how little I really know about how the restaurant industry functions.
I love it. Well, my motto is be awesome at two things and outsource everything else. So it's not your job to know about buttons
Fair
and
enough.
toasters, so
But it was inspirational.
it is, for sure, for sure. Okay, start with Abhinav. What is a trade show hack or survival tip that you have?
Trade show hacker, Dr. Scholl's inserts.
Really?
And the shoes, you need them. You're on the floor. You're walking so much. You're like, I probably do like 5,000 steps a day when I'm at home because I sit in front of a laptop all day, and I do anywhere from 15 to 20 when I'm on the show floor. You need comfy inserts, and you need a good sleep story at
Okay,
night. So
hold
that
on.
you
We're
can
going
go
to
to
pause
bed.
on the sleep story because I have questions.
Yeah.
Do you get a new pair of Dr. Scholl's for this show, or is it for a year?
I should have.
Okay.
For this show specifically, I didn't. I've been using the ones that I used when I started conference season.
Okay.
That was a mistake because I was good for probably the first half of the day, and now I'm starting to feel it.
I went for brand new pair for this show. Brand new pair.
That's
So
smart.
I traded
That's
out last week.
Yeah.
What is a sleep story?
So if you go on Com, there is a person named Ramon Tikram, okay, and he has the most sensual voice I've ever heard. It's calm. He's British, and he tells a story called the Taurus Express, which is the sister train of the Orient Express.
Okay.
And so they take you back to the 1920s, and the story starts with you are a lawyer who's an international lawyer who's going from Istanbul to Cairo to deliver papers for a client to sign. And you're thinking about your life, your job, your choices. Not that I do that, but you are basically in this person's perspective, and he's just describing step by step every city, every aspect of the train, every interaction that he has with the local. And it's just like I've never finished the story because within 20 minutes I've always fallen asleep. It's amazing. It's a good sleep story.
Amazing. Okay, we're gonna play this one out. All right, Derek, trade show hack or survival tip?
Hydration tablets or powder, 100%. And you and I both agree on this. When you first get here, completely unpack your room, move in, set up, make it yours.
Yep.
Move in.
Yeah,
Move in. Absolutely. Yeah. I got here on Wednesday night and I went straight to the bar, but then I came home and I literally all my shirts got hung, everything went into drawers, all the things like. And it's funny, my maid has been going and like neatly arranging all my toiletries on little papers, and I'm like, wow, this is great.
I love it.
But yes, unpack. Totally agree. Okay, now we're gonna double click on what you guys said before. Derek, what is a tip on how to drive repeat visits from your guests?
Understanding your guests' life cycles, their cadences, their latency, and building automations and triggers around that to engage with them, to not necessarily say discount them, but remind them that you're there. And this is all contingent on you providing the table stakes that are cornerstones to hospitality, right? Without that, the rest doesn't matter. But yeah, I think having a tool like Vicky would be a great place to start, and understanding every nuance to your customer, and then being able to segment that data down to very specific levers that you want to pull as an organization to get your guests to engage.
Give me one example of an automation or a segment you use that you really like.
We have a segment called Lapsed Guests. So we measure our guest habituality by daily, weekly, monthly, or quarterly. And if a guest falls out of their previous cadence life cycle, we would just send them a simple reminder that we're here. It's fully branded. We love you. We miss you. Can't wait to see you again soon. No discount, no offer. And the conversion rates are excellent.
We have a very similar one called No Hot Dog. And so if they've been a guest for 45 days and they haven't ordered the hot dog, we specifically be like, have you tried the hot dog? Right. Because we used Bicky and found out it's a big retention rate, but it's literally the segment is called No Hot Dog.
Love it. Love it. I love it.
100%.
All right, Abhinav, what is a tip on how to drive repeat visits?
Yeah. Well, I'll take a step back and like from a traffic standpoint, like new customer traffic specifically. Right now in this environment, the guests care about value. Obviously, value seems to be the name of the day, and value means a ton of things. He's creeping in the background. Value means a ton of things. It means experience. It means price. It means quality of food, etc. He's coming in.
You're next. You're next.
Coming in.
You're next.
And so something I've seen work with other brands that we work with is looking at their menu item attachment data and basically building combos around that. And they use the combos really smartly because a well-priced combo is something that gets a new guest in. And then they have core items on their menu where if a guest likes the brand, they can graduate up to. And then you have some people who are not value conscious and they have a premium section of the menu. And so you're giving the guest the ability with your menu to basically experience either a value option, your core option, or a premium option. And a guest themselves can trade up and down the menu as they see fit. Because again, There's fewer dollars fighting over more, there's fewer dollars out there. And so giving that flexibility to the guest gives you as a brand the ability to cater to potentially any of their occasions. So that's one thing I'll say.
No hot dog.
No hot dog.
Okay, Abhinav, last question.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to be at the show?
Where else are you going to be? In Chicago in the middle of the day? No, I mean, for us, a lot of the brands, like every brand we want to talk to, whether we work with them already or not, is here. And I think that is unique about this show. I've been to many other shows where they're marketing specific or ops specific or leadership specific. This show is the only show that I know of in the industry that literally attracts everybody from every spectrum of the restaurant industry. And that's powerful, right? It's just, they always say as a marketer, this, go where your audience is. And at Bicky, we're trying to grow. So I got to go where my audience is. And they all just happen to be here on Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
God bless. All right, Derek, last question. Why did you choose to be at the show?
Talk about Bicky.
To talk about Bicky. I think for obvious reasons. I mean, as it's from the technology side, all of my vendors are here, partners are here, and it allows us to put everybody in the same room and we can work on these partnerships together and, get through some hurdles or ideate if we need to. And then from a brand perspective and a restaurant perspective, it's always good to ideate on your menu, on your equipment. Are you doing the best things for your brand, your business, and your future? And you can do everything here in what's a one-stop shop. It's a lot of walking, but it's a one-stop shop.
I love you both. I'm a little upset that your answer was to hug Rev.
Well, that's a given. You want an on-air hug right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming to the show. Abhinav, thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
to the show. I know you guys
Thanks for texting me. It's like, please come now.
please come now. Hold on. We gotta do an Ussie.
Hold on, Ussie real quick.
Here we go. Awesome. I'll take the mic.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thanks,
All right.
Rev.
Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of your show.
Pete Riggs.
Pete Riggs.
Pete Riggs.
All right. You're going to be the last person on the show. Here's your mic. You can hold it. You can attach it to your hair or your sweatshirt or whatever, your beard, whatever works. Fine with me. All right. Super excited to hear, buddy. This is Pete. Who are you? What do you do? Try to keep it to 3 sentences.
Peter Riggs, CEO of Pita Pit and Thor's Skier.
Okay. Best bite. By the way, you had the most succinct answer of anybody that answered one. So thank you for playing by the rules. What is the best bite you've had at the show?
The best bite so far that I have had at this show. You know what? There's you're gonna laugh at this. The restaurant in the hotel, the Fairmont. What is it? Toro? They have this short rib on rice. It's unbelievable. Like I was blown away. I was like, this is some of the best food I've had actually like in a while.
Okay.
And it was
And
at a
you don't
hotel
speak
restaurant.
too highly about it.
And it's like I was expecting it to be. I was thinking about stuff at the show or other dinners I've gone to. And it's like, no, it was this short rib. It was the short rib dish I had the first night I got here.
Okay, fair enough. What is a top priority for operators this year?
Top priority for operators this year is understanding that if you're running a good product and doing good service, that's not enough these days because there is just too much else out there. And the unfortunate reality is most of your customers aren't going to stop coming back because you did something wrong. They're going to stop coming back because they forgot to come back. There are so many other options that they just get distracted and they see an ad and they get a coupon. And then all of a sudden it's been 3 years and they're like, I don't know why I haven't been back. I just forgot to go back.
Amen. We're going to come back to that in a second. What's one inspiration you have from walking the show floor?
The diversity of people trying to come up with new ideas and coming in hard, trying to make it work with small restaurants to huge chains. Like you see these new ideas, new brands, and people that are really excited about pushing them. And I love seeing people that with like, even if the idea is not all the way there, it's like, that's a clever idea and you're going to get there eventually. I just like seeing kind of those starts, and then you can watch them kind of evolve over the years.
I'll show you one thing that I saw that I was like, I can't believe I've never thought of this before, was a cheesesteak gyro. It was like, of course, why didn't I think we could just replace ribeye with gyro meat?
See,
anyway, there you go. What is a trade show survival hack or tip that you have?
Have friends. Know people, because I'm not even joking. Like when you don't know, because I've been coming to this show off and on for 20 years. And so the first number of years where you don't know as many people and you're just kind of walking around trying to figure things out, it is massively overwhelming. You don't realize how helpful a lot of the other people in the industry are. So you kind of just walk around feeling overwhelmed. And when you start to get to know some of the people, you're walking by places, you get pulled into a podcast. Somebody's got a booth where you can stash some stuff, maybe sit down and take a break for a minute, because this is miles and miles of walking every day. So the more people you know, the more it makes it actually livable and enjoyable. And you find yourself not feeling exhausted. You know you worked hard and did a lot, but you're like, I actually feel pretty good.
Yeah, the thing I like to ask people is like, do you know where I can find an espresso?
Right.
That is
Yes.
helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, what is a tip you have on how to drive repeat trips from guests?
It's a lot of like what I was just saying before about trying not to make sure that you're not being forgotten. Because honestly, like that's the biggest thing that I think a lot of operators don't understand is that they didn't mean to stop coming. They just did. And so you have to keep doing fresh things, new things, exciting things, bringing them back in and reminding them why they want to keep coming back, and reward that loyalty. Like if they're going to keep coming back, like grow that relationship and the things that they benefit from coming into your establishment, and really take it from just a regular customer to somebody that your people know by name and look forward to their visits.
I totally agree. I say to people all the time, I think all humans only frequent 5 restaurants, right? It's like the one near your office, the one near your house, the family favorite where you get coffee, and then kind of like a rotating 5th.
Yeah.
If you're not in someone's top 5, your job is to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are in someone's top 5, your job is to stay there.
Yeah.
And that is about awareness and, reminding.
And there's no staying there just on the quality of the food or the experience and it's how it all works together. And if you're focusing only on one part of that, you're going to be losing people when you could just put a little bit of effort into those other things and keep the whole pie.
Totally agree. We had my kids really into Minecraft and really into McDonald's, and we went to McDonald's the day after like the Minecraft meals came out, and it was one of the worst McDonald's experiences I've ever had. I literally felt like a number. And guess where my kid wanted to eat the next day? McDonald's. So, even though we had a bad experience and, the food is what it is, like he still loved McDonald's. So
and it's like, who had the bad experience? You know what I mean? And that's where it's like the different experiences are driven to driving certain people back in. And they don't care as much about your experience. As long as the kid has one, you're coming back.
Yeah, for sure. Although I found my way to re-fall in love with some McDonald's items.
Yeah, right.
All right, last question.
Yes.
Why did you choose to be at the National Restaurant Association show?
To put it simply, when you talk about getting down to the brass tacks of your restaurant and its operations, this is where they sell the brass tacks. I mean, there's no other place that you can come and meet with as many people to find exactly what you're looking for, and also that thing that you didn't know that you were looking for. And that's why every show I do what I call the long walk. The last day of the show, I walk up and down every single aisle, not to miss a single one, because there are too many vendors that you don't even know what you might miss unless you literally walk by and lay eyes on each one and go. And I've discovered a number of them. Thor's Skier, I discovered them that way 2 years ago, found them out in the far concourse. And I was like, what is this? This stuff's incredible. And it's this Icelandic yogurt that I'd never heard of. And I'm looking for a new base for my tzatziki and for my smoothies. And that was the thing. And that's what led me to where I am with the company now. And so that's what the importance of getting out there and seeing the actual nuts and bolts of what makes a restaurant operate. There's no better place to do it than here.
I love that. And I love that you were the last guest on the show. I knew this was going to be a good conversation. I'm glad you literally walked by and I was like, get in here. All right, we're going to take a selfie here and then you can return to your show shenanigans. Awesome. I'll take the microphone.
Love it.
I'll catch you in a bit. Thank you, bud.
Thanks.
All right. National Restaurant Association show, Restaurants Grow podcast. This is the first time we've ever done this, broadcasted live from the show. We are literally we are inside of a podcast booth. There's all the press people, wave press people, hi press people, and the rest of the show's out here. Guys, if you're at the show, have a great time. Get out there, find some people, ask some questions. Come find me, ask me questions. If you've never been to the show, put it on your map for next year. And if you like the show, please share it with somebody else who you think will find value from it and help us spread the word. Give us a little rating on iTunes and make it a great, tasty day. Thank you so much.